Hello there, hello. Nice to see you. So I want to talk to you today about gifts that keep on giving. So the topic for this is all about gifts, giving gifts, receiving gifts. Both are really, really lovely. But for now, we're going to talk about receiving gifts and what difference that can make. And we're going to talk about gifts that keep giving, because some gifts just do give much more than just the actual giving of the gift and the receiving of a gift. So gifts that keep on giving. Why are we talking about this? Because we all love getting gifts, and lots of people love giving gifts. The act of giving can be lovely. What's really nice about receiving a gift is that feeling that you've been thought of, and knowing that someone cares. And also receiving a gift can give lots of pleasure, especially if it's a gift that we love. Perhaps it's knowing that someone made something for us, or it could be a gift that's just been a really thoughtful gesture. It could be something we'd always wanted. It could be a giving of an actual item, or it could be giving of an experience. So there's lots of ways to give gifts. Gifts can be wrapped in bright red tissue with a beautiful ribbon, and gifts can be gestures from the heart. So we're talking about gifts in the widest sense. And some gifts can give more than once. And by that I mean the sort of examples perhaps where you get a gift of a book and you love it so much you reread it, and that's a gift that you've received more than once and you've enjoyed and got pleasure from more than once. Or it might just be that you pass a gift on to someone else when you don't need it anymore, and that way someone else gains. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you 3 different stories about gifts that keep giving and what difference they made. So there's 3 things I want to tell you, 3 stories I want to share with you. And one story is the map in the poem. The second story is the adventure voucher. And the third story is the walking boots. So where shall I start? I'll start off with the map in the poem. So you can see behind me, I have a map on the wall. Okay, so this was a lovely, lovely gift I was given by a really dear friend called Charlotte. Charlotte gave me this map, and it's a world. So I've got a world view on my wall, and alongside it she gave me a little, I don't know if we'd call it a poem or instructions, but here it is here, and it's a little bit, it's gone a little bit faded. So it's a bit hard maybe for you to read, but I'll tell you what it says. So I got a lovely gift, this map wrapped in ribbon, and it said, Polly's adventure map for mapping where dreams come true. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy a tent. And advice to go where you feel most alive. Also, difficult roads can often lead to beautiful destinations. And finally, another piece of advice, fill your life with adventures, not things. Have stories to tell, not stuff to show. So she chose all these little quotes to put together in this little poem for me, simply because they're quotes that she knows matter to me. So this was a really gorgeous gift for me for lots of reasons. One reason because this gift connected me back up with something that's really, 2 things that really matter to me, and that's travel and the outdoors. And it reminded me how important it is for me to keep that vision of travel and the bigger, wider world in my view. So it was an absolutely amazing gift for me. You know, it made me smile, it lifted my spirits, it filled my heart, and now I'm busy thinking about where I want to go. It's reminded me of some of the places on my bucket list, and it's also reminded me of places I've been. It reminded me of the travels I've already had. So I guess in lots of ways this gift has sort of helped me reflect and remember lovely, lovely memories, and it's also turned me into a storyteller because it's reminded me of all the stories of things that happened along the way, and it's kept me and helped me keep on hatching cunning plans. So in so many ways this gift is given and given and given, and it's going to keep giving to me. It really mattered. So that's the story about the map in the poem. The second story I would like to tell you all about is the adventure voucher. So this is a gift that I gave to someone else, and I guess I probably got inspired by the idea from somebody else online. So it's an idea I probably copied. So really, just by somebody else having that idea and putting it out there, they gave me a gift, really. So here it is. This is an adventure voucher that I made. Okay, so it was at Christmas time, so it says Merry Christmas. And it says, this year, I gift you a whole year of fun and adventure. You and me. There are 12 envelopes, one for every month of the year ahead, and you will receive an envelope at the start of every month. Some of our adventures will be outdoors, others inside, some local and others, who knows? And it's just to say, let the adventure begin. Love, Polly. And the idea really for me, the inspiration behind that was, I guess I was sort of looking for inspiration. I was struggling for inspiration, but also cash poor, but time rich, and thinking, well, how could I give somebody something really lovely that they can continue to enjoy over a whole year? I didn't really know what adventures I was going to create for that person, but I guess I wanted to give that person, I wanted to give an experience, not a thing. And also, it was hardly altruistic, but the fact that I was going to have these adventures too really meant a lot to me, because I was going to enjoy each and every experience. And also it was reminding me how important adventures are in my world, and encouraging me to have and create micro adventures and make sure that you can do something big or small with lots of money or no money. You can always do something all of the time, or at least once a month. So there's a challenge to you. Do something once a month. Things we've done so far, we've been on a train trip to a mysterious mystery location. We spent a month sleeping loads under the stars. Sea fishing was another one. There's going to be a lot more surprises. Some I don't want to say too much about because they still have to happen. But one involves a bike adventure around Holland. So say anything. I know you'll keep the secret, won't you? And also great things that I get to enjoy too. I've got lots of ideas. We've done all sorts of things. There's also been triathlons. It's a bit of an adventure for someone who's never done a triathlon before to be challenged to a new adventure. There's been a whole host of really fun things. There's going to be a walk. I'm calling it the Prince of Thieves walk because it's a walk to a tree in the northeast of England where it's a beautiful walk, but the tree that's along the way on this walk is part of the film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which is like 20-30 years old. There's going to be some going to surf cafes, open mic stuff, night biking, so lots of fun stuff. But that's a little bit about the adventure voucher. And you could do that, and you could think of ideas for someone, or even you could create it as a joint project and choose a year of adventure. So you can have that too. And the third gift I want to tell you about is probably the most precious gift I've ever received, and it's my good old walking boots. So I love the fact that they're red because I love wearing red. These boots were a gift, a surprise gift for me that I didn't expect. So there's something lovely about getting a gift and not expecting it. I used to run and I got arthritis in my knees. I basically broke my knees. And then really missed running. And what I missed about it was being in the outdoors, being in the wilderness. Exercise really matters, but actually exercising outdoors is really good for the soul. Creating headspace. So walking takes you away from everything and gives you headspace to think about the things you want to think about and to reflect. Also, so I was missing running, and I'd sort of forgotten that I can adapt and improvise and overcome. And I'd almost thought I couldn't really go out and enjoy the outdoors in the same way because I couldn't run. And these walking boots reminded me that I could. And they're mucky and muddy and bashed around now. I've been enjoying them. But what they've created for me is walking is virtually part of my everyday life now. I sometimes only have half an hour, 20 minutes, but I'll still go. Twilight, I've had beautiful twilight walks, sunset walks, sunrise walks, walking in the woods, walking by the coast. And these boots in the last month have done over 100 miles. So that's quite amazing for me because walking's not really been something I've done. But it's also, these boots have given me sanity and equilibrium. And they've really, you know what, just wearing these boots makes me smile because I know I'm going to go off. I've seen the most amazing variety of wildlife. I know where the local otters are swimming at night now. Go and watch them. Kingfisher, foxes, bats, three-legged cat today, by the way, watching fish in the water by the river. I can't even, honestly, I can't even begin to capture quite how much of adventure I've had in these boots. Places I've been to, exploring. So these boots can tell a lot of stories, but they are by far my most treasured possession now. And it was a lovely surprise gift that I didn't know I was going to get. So that's beautiful, wonderful and amazing, and thank you to the person that got them. So each one of these gifts have been lovely, lovely gifts that I've given, and two of them have been gifts I've received, one's been a gift I've given. But I guess what I want to do is, I suppose, to remind you that, you know, that you can give and receive gifts, and you can be adventurous with gifts. I believe that if you apply an adventurous approach to anything in life, you can achieve more. And I've based my whole concept of my life coaching business around the concept of adventure as possible. So here's just a lovely example of adventurous gifts. And what I would like to do, just as I'm finishing off, is just ask you, what sort of gifts do you enjoy giving, and what kind of gifts do you love receiving? And I guess two final words on gifts. One's to say that if, like me, you just believe that the universe, God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, has the absolute capacity to give you what you need. Sometimes not always what we want, but I believe always what we need comes our way. Then what you need to do is go forth generously yourself, knowing that you might give a gift and not realising that by sharing this gift you're giving so much more than you knew you were giving. And also, secondly, enjoy the gifts that you're given gracefully, and know that it means you're loved and you're appreciated, perhaps more than you even knew. So, gifts that keep giving. Keep giving gifts, knowing that they'll give more. Enjoy the gifts you receive, and gifts are a wonderful gift, as is life. And enjoy every moment. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's given you something. I hope I've gifted you something useful. And I'm going to finish and say thank you for listening. So it's Polly Brennan from Adventurous Coaching.